Hello, morning, and welcome to this taste challenge. This Dawn Busters taste challenge. Oh boy, it's a taste challenge. The name is Dawn Busters. I needed that last sip of coffee. All right, anyway, it starts outside. There's that huge tower with the red lights. That's what I get to see every day now on the look out the window every morning. All these cables holding it up. Beautiful, huh? Good morning, Ron, says Ronnie S. Good morning to you, Ronnie S. Thanks for watching Dawn Busters. See, I got it right now. Okay, so introduced in 1830. Well, I don't know about this brand, but the company Bellows, William Bellows, introduced 1830. They never were an actual distilling company, okay? They were what you call a procurer. They were what we would say wine merchants. They buy and sell, distribute wine, liquor, maybe beer. I don't know. They're sort of like J&B, you know, that Scotch Just, Dorinian Brooks. They don't actually make any Scotch. There is a brand called J&B that they got somebody to make for them years ago, and it's made under a royal warrant for the royal family of Great Britain. Well, at least, you know, in Northern Ireland. You know what I'm saying? Like, in theory, at least. A lot of those things are just like an honorary title. Official suppliers to the royal family back to George III and all that. But anyway, you see what I'm saying. But anyway, but I don't think Just, Dorinian Brooks ever actually had any facilities, production facilities. They're like Pabst Brewing Company that doesn't brew anymore. They just are a brand holder, and that's what Bellows was. The Bellows company was bought out many years ago, and so now it's simply just a label. Bellows is simply a brand. It's not a real company at all. It's owned by Luxco, which is a real company and owned by the Lux family. Makes sense, right? Owned by the Lux family. Luxco, Lux Company. I went to the Sazerac house yesterday after the dreadful Tulane game. Yeah, they lost again, so I was disgusted, but I knew they were going to lose. But anyway, so people kept asking me, what was the score? And I didn't quite know because I had left a little early. I knew it was over. But the Sazerac house, free tour, free samples. It's a very good liquor museum. Opened last month. All right, anyway, the competitor is Jack Daniels. Number 7, not old number 7, the one that you always see, the black label. This is the number 7, the green label, which you can get in Tennessee. I saw it all over Memphis. And you can get it in Texas, but not Mississippi, not Louisiana, not Alabama. Only, I think, about 5 states. There's no website listing. Like if you get on their website, look at the Jack Daniels family of whiskeys. They'll show all kinds. They won't show that. It exists, but they don't show it. So all of these liquor companies have brands that aren't on the website or in their portfolio. Even if you got a paper portfolio, they may not list it, but they exist. Okay. I don't know why they do that. Have these brands that only exist on paper. Got to fix my tags, but I can use these tags to differentiate. G and JK says, good morning. I never tried either of these drinks. Okay, so here's the story. Jack Daniels, number 7. This was purchased for me in Texas, Beaumont, Texas, a few years ago. Sandra and Donna passed away. God bless her soul. But Donna and Sandra bought it. I said, buy that for me. I'll pay you back. They got the liter bottle. Because at first I said, how much did that cost? They said like $25 after tax. And I thought it's kind of expensive, but then I realized it was a liter, so that's a fair price. And also, then they gave it to me. They said, no, it's a gift. But I was really nice. That wasn't necessary. I had the money ready for them. Anyway, interesting label, huh? Green and gold. Look like the Notre Dame alternate uniforms. Bellows. Okay, these are both aged at least 4 years. Now, Jack Daniels has no age statement. They don't put age statements. But the law is it has to, if it doesn't have an age statement, then liquor has to be at least 4 years old. Well, whiskey does, and rum. No, rum doesn't. Rum like a year, but most of them aren't even aged, but like a year. But anyway, whiskey, if it does in America, we're talking about America. If it doesn't have an age statement, then the youngest whiskey in the mix has to be at least 4 years old. Okay, that's the law. That's the law, as they like to say in Congress. You broke the law. But Bellows does give an age statement, because I was looking up the website. Well, they just talk about the family of Bellows: gin, rum, brandy, various whiskeys, all of that. But there's some sell sheets at these liquor stores. You know, they'll give a product description. You know that's coming from the company. They just copy and paste it onto their website. So they were saying it's a 4-year age bourbon. Now I asked Jack Daniels, the appearance. Jack Daniels is more copper. See, copper. The Bellows is more gold. So there's a difference. I asked the Jack Daniels people, I said, when we were on the tour 2 years ago, 2017, I said, well, why don't they put an age statement? He said, well, we mellow it to taste. In other words, they just taste it, and then when it's they think ready, they sell it. I said, oh. He said, but really the real reason is that there's like, it makes you pay more taxes. I said, what? He was like, yeah, if you put an age statement, there's a different tax you have to pay. I never heard of that, but he said, I've been working at the brewery the distillery 30 years. Since I was 18 years old. I said, okay. I mean, I'm going to challenge him on it because I didn't know anything about it. It seemed plausible. Trying to avoid taxes, that's not a crime if you're doing it legally. You just choose not to put the statement. But on here, there is no age statement. On the actual label, there's no age statement. But I know it's 4 years because I read the sell sheet. You know what I'm saying? The company's saying it's 4 years old. But let's not get hung up on that. I like the, now what's the minimum for straight bourbon whiskey? 2 years. It has to be at least 2 years aged, okay? To be straight bourbon. If you read the regulations for bourbon itself, there's no age requirement for just what they call bourbon. Bourbon. It just has a few little rules. Has to be at least 51% corn. Has to be aged in new charred oak barrels. Doesn't have to be white oak. That's what they usually use. All right. And it has to be made in the United States of America. It could be in Hawaii, Alaska, not territories. I don't think those count, but actual states. You say, what about DC? That's a district. Yeah, good question, huh? Is that the United States, or is it a territory owned by the United States? You say, well, it used to be part of Virginia and Maryland, and they gave the Virginia part back to Virginia since they weren't using the land. But it used to be part of Maryland, but it isn't now. Maine used to be part of Massachusetts, but it isn't now. Okay, so that's a good question. Would it qualify as bourbon if it was made in Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia? I don't know. It's not a state. Okay. Anyway, these are both straight bourbon whiskeys because they aged at least 4 years. And Jack Daniels is a Tennessee whiskey type of bourbon, which means it's from Tennessee. and they drip the whiskey through the charcoal, a column of charcoal before they barrel age it, which doesn't make it not a bourbon. It's still a bourbon. Whether you drip bourbon through charcoal or you don't drip bourbon through charcoal is irrelevant to the qualification of bourbon. Read the guidelines. They don't even say anything about filtering. It's not even on there. You don't even have to filter it. This one smells. Oh, and you know, I got to tell you one more thing. I was uploading the Bellows solo review. It's kind of long, 16 minutes. So if you don't watch it, I won't blame you. But then I realized I uploaded the wrong video. So I wanted to have it ready before I did the taste challenge. And now I got to do it after because I can't upload a video while I'm doing a hangout. I was so disgusted. So I'm going to get, when I get off of this and start watching the news, I'll start uploading it. It's going to take an hour and a half. Because it's a high definition video, so they go slow. Oh man, I'm so irritated by doing that. Oh well. This smells very woody. Oh, and at the Sazerac house, there is a mini distillery there. There's an actual distillery where they make Sazerac rye whiskey. Not most of it, just some of it. They send it to Buffalo Trace to age it. They don't have barrel. Plus, they said the Louisiana climate is no good for aging whiskey. It doesn't get cold enough here. They said that it needs to get hot, 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 like it does in Kentucky, and then cold, 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 and then hot, 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 and cold, 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 because they said that expands and contracts the whiskey, and it makes it better. What else? Oh, yeah, you could age bourbon a week, and it could be bourbon. I mean, nobody would buy it because it'd be clear, or be just a little bit dark because that charcoal, but there's no requirement for that. I'll go toe to toe with anybody on that if they want to challenge me. We did that. We did the big challenge about Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey, and I won that challenge. That argument, debate was friendly. I mean, it doesn't need to be hostile, but I clearly was right. It's very woody. This is very woody and sweet and sugary. It's like a little caramelized sugar. You get that sour mash thing with Jack Daniel's, you know, like sourdough bagel. And this one kind of has that. Jack Daniel's has like a tangy quality, tanginess. Or what they say, umami, when people are trying to look really, really smart on video. You know, they'll say that. Oh, it's got umami. And people are like, wow, I'm impressed. I mean, I'm not putting you down for saying umami. I don't take offense to that. I just find it funny when people do that on the videos. It's like they want to drop some big words. And then other people, I never hear them say umami, guys. Okay, so I think that's Jack Daniel's, but I really do not know. All right. Over here. Oh, you want to know the price for the Bellows? I said the Jack Daniel's liter was about $25 after tax. Well, I don't remember what the price was after tax, but pre-tax, that liter, these are both liter bottles now, people. Liter bottles, 1,000 milliliters. That Bellows was $5.99. I thought I was going to pass out. I mean, I'm saying that figuratively. I didn't really feel faint. But, you know, that we use these terms. I felt umami. Now, when the guys, like, they kind of know me because I go in there pretty occasionally. He's like, hey, sir. Hey, boss. That's what it is. Hey, boss. Jammer fans. It's 5 a.m. shots. Woo. Yeah. Well, this is a tasting. This is a very scientific, erudite production, you understand? So he was like, hey, boss, look. And he showed me Bellows. Well, I already have a bottle of Bellows blended whiskey right there. I said, well, I have that already. But I said, thank you. Okay, boss. So then I looked on the shelf. We were looking at bourbon, and I said, I did like they do in the movies. I said, that's straight bourbon whiskey. I was like, hamana. But they had no price tag over there. I was like, well, it's like they had just put it on the shelf. And I asked the guy, I said, hey, I don't know his name, Khalid. Well, I don't know his name. I said, hey, can you do a price check on this? Because I don't have this. This is straight bourbon. I had the blended. Okay, boss, I'll check. So he's like, oh, it's $5.99. I said, $5.99? I'll take it. I bought it immediately. $5.99 for a liter of straight bourbon whiskey, aged 4 years. I don't think I'm passing that up. I said, even if it's terrible, what's the loss? There is no loss. I can go to Rally's and get two big Bufords, two for $6. That's their special. So I paid a penny less than two big Bufords. This is going to last a lot longer than two big Bufords. I don't know. This has a lot of char and cornbread too, though. But I don't know about the tangy part. You say, well, which is which? Get it right. I don't know yet. I don't have a lot of experience with Bellows. I only did one tasting in the solo video. So, but I have a lot of experience with Jack Daniels. Look at the bottle. I'm down to the bottom 20% or 15%. So I should have a handle on it. But I don't find it's that distinct anyway. You're paying for the name more than the product. Yeah, they got bought out in 1956 by Brown-Forman Company of Kentucky. So don't think they're family owned. They are, but not that Jack Daniels family. That is so cornbread. And wood barrel. Maxwell, hello, Ron. Hello to you, Maxwell, in the Russian Federation. Cornbread, wood, and charcoal. Cornbread, wood, and charcoal. Cornbread, wood, and charcoal. That's your three components. There you go. There's your taste. Wow, that price is crazy low. Lowest liquor price in America. I challenge anybody to find a straight bourbon whiskey, a liter bottle for $5.99. Now, I mean, can't conceive that it could be so cheap. Yeah, I bought some liquor for $4.99, but those were 750 milliliter bottles, not liters. Well, I guess that translates to the same price. But we get crazy liquor prices down here, man. It's like mad love. All right, anyway, and then we had Bad Blood. Oh, well. She's going to break the record. I wish Kanye would have tried to grab that microphone out of my hand. All right. Well, this is a softer taste. What I mean is the softer mouthfeel. The other one's a little sharper. This one's softer, more rounded, maybe a little more dull if you want to use those terminologies. But I don't think it's duller. I don't think it's Alan Foster duller. There's wood. There's charcoal. There's not so much cornbread. Not so much cornbread. Cornbread. Not so much cornbread. There's no sourdough bagel. Huh. Let's see over here again. Over here again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot more char over here. Char. Charcoal. Char. Charcoal. Char. That is strong. And there's a lot more corn grits, like eating a bowl of grits. Is it a better taste than bourbon? Tennessee whiskey, a bourbon, a Tennessee whiskey, a bourbon, a Tennessee whiskey, a bourbon. Wouldn't necessarily say that. If it is better, it's not $25 a bottle versus $5.99 a bottle better. Well, let's say $23.99. Let's round off 6 to 24. One is $24 a bottle. The other one is $6. I don't think so. I know so. It isn't. It's might be marginally better. We're talking about pennies on the dollar better, insignificantly better. It's certainly not appreciably better. So what have we learned this morning? Well, Jack Daniels is really no better than Bellows from what I can tell. People say, "Oh, you've done it now. They're gonna come after you. They're gonna send the robots after you on the internet." Well, I think that's happened in the past. I don't even care. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's got to be Jack Daniels. So let's see the tag. It's got to say OS on it. That's a code for some other channel, but I forgot to change the tag. I knew Jack Daniels was the OS. It is OS. It should be JD, but I'll change the tags. For the next taste challenge, I'll have B for Bellows, and B is for bubble, and B is for brother, B is for bubble, and B is for bubble gum, and B is for brother who bought me some. All right. And then I'll have JD, you know, like you can put JD because I got the Jack Daniels Black Label coming up Tuesday, the old number 7, not number 7, the old number 7. Do I find the green label tastes different than the black label? Not really. I don't see any difference. I'd get the green label every time since it's cheaper. But they say it's inferior. The people at Jack Daniels say, "Oh yeah, it's the one we get rid of because it's got inferiorities." It's like they're not gonna dump it out, so it doesn't match up to the black label, the one they sell all over the world. But see, they taste it all day long. They know what it's supposed to taste like. I don't. I'm just a video person doing videos. Like, what do I know for Jack Daniels? So this Bellows is fine. Doesn't have the oomph of Jack Daniels though. Doesn't have that char, that heavy char. But for $5.99 a bottle for a liter, well, that's an abnormal price, to say the least. I don't think you'd ever see it for that price. You might see it for $8.99, but that's questionable. But that's what I paid, and I've never seen it anywhere else. Oh yeah, International Market had it when I was over there a week and a half ago. So maybe it's starting to expand around here. Because we do get McCormick products like, oh wait, that's McCormick. Luxco products. I mean, we get a lot of Luxco products like Everclear, of course, which they tell you don't drink it, it's poison. Have you ever had the green label Jack? Yeah, that's what I'm drinking right now. The only thing I've ever seen for $5.99 is 1 liter of Crown Rust vodka. I might try it someday. Yeah, I drank a bottle of Crown Rust once, not in a day, you know, over a period of months. The $7.50. It wasn't bad. It's not bad. They use it in a lot of bars. If you go to a lot of bars, I mean nice bars too, like EO College Inn in New Orleans, you could pay a lot at that place. But they making mixed drinks with Crown Rust. I said, Crown Rust, Sazerac brand, cheap, but not bad. Well, I guess Jack Daniels is the winner, but it actually is the loser. It has a better flavor, but it doggone well does not have a $24 versus $6 bottle better flavor. Ain't no way. There is no way it's $18 better. That's an impossibility. It might be $4 better. So it actually loses if you consider price. Now, if you only talking about the taste, all right, it's a tie. I mean, it's a winner. If you're only talking about taste, Jack Daniels is a winner by a little bit. But if you bring in price point, it gets killed. It gets killed. All right, thanks for watching this video production. I'm going to watch the news now. Y'all take care.